We're live. Good morning. Hi,
Hello.
everyone. Welcome to our first edition of Coffee Chats, where
Yes,
I drink coffee and chat with our friends
I
in
hold
Ugly
a
Mug
cup.
Marketing. And Maura holds a cup because she does not drink coffee. So she literally just brought a coffee cup, y'all.
Yep.
Dedication to the game. This morning, I have some lovely coffee from my co-working space here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Mara is at Ugly Mug HQ in Alexandria, Louisiana. Super excited to be here with you guys today. Whether you're able to join us live and watch this or you're watching this after the fact, we've got just a really good conversation coming your way. Okay. I know minimal. I know enough to be dangerous, okay, about SEO at this point. Like Mara has really taken charge on leading the SEO and creating this department within our company at Ugly Mug. This was something that we weren't previously offering. So it's really cool that we do get to offer this now, especially for our website clients. And really get to add this on as a service that can help them and benefit their business. And we're going to dive into how SEO works. And, like we titled this because I think that would be my question if I was a business owner or an entrepreneur. I would be like, what the heck is SEO? Like, seriously, add it to the list of all the things that I need. Like, I just like you feel like you can't keep up. And especially in this digital age that we are living in with AI and all of the crazy things that are coming up every single day, all of these new social media platforms, things like TikTok that have come full blast in the last couple of years, it can feel just really overwhelming. And so today's conversation is for those of you who are like, I seriously, like, I feel like these are the dumb questions. I don't know what search engine optimization is. Like, I don't know why it would benefit my business. I keep getting emails from people that are trying to get me to sign up for SEO. One of them might be Ugly Mug Marketing. I don't know what I'm doing. This conversation is for you today. So Mara, welcome. Hello.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. What is search engine optimization? What is SEO?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
tell us in layman's terms, like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, so I was actually going to start with most people hear SEO and they automatically get frustrated or confused. Those are usually the two emotions
Totally.
that are behind it. So let's take both of those away and clear up some things. So search engine optimization is the process of ranking your website to be found quickly or high in search results. So the whole goal, if you take that and break it down into the goal of what SEO is to be found quickly when people are searching for specific terms or phrases that are related to your company. Now, there's a lot that goes into it and a lot behind the scenes. I'm not going to dig into that because that's just too much all at once.
Yeah.
But I do want to clarify the difference between paid versus organic because
Ooh,
that's
yes.
something that people lump together. And so they talk about SEO in a general term where they're actually talking about paid ads on Google. So clarify the difference very quickly. Search engine optimization, SEO, that's all about organic traffic. So that's
Which means you're
not
not paying for it.
exactly, exactly.
Yes.
So that's SEO. And then paid ads, that's PPC. That's where you pay every time someone clicks on a link that shows up in search engines. So, two very different things, both doing something similar, and that's getting people to your website.
So that's like if I were to search Ugly Mug Marketing and it comes up as the first option, but it says ad or it says sponsored
Correct.
next to it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's PPC. Now, all the options below that, that's the organic stuff, right?
Yes. So typically
Okay.
the first 3, 4, 5, that first handful at the top is all paid for. But if you scroll down half a click on your page, and they don't have sponsored or don't have paid next to it, those are all the organic ones. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Just clarifying. Just clarifying.
I love it.
So tell me a little bit about why this would be important for someone who is a business owner or someone who is leading an organization. I mean, it sounds like search engine optimization is really something that can benefit people, whether they're in the private sector or in the public sector, or like, you know, business owners, nonprofit organizations, like large corporations. This is something that anybody and everybody should be using, right? So
Correct.
why would that be important?
Anybody and everybody. And I'm going to read you a stat so I don't get it wrong. But 70% of everything that happens online happens through a search engine. So if you're a brochure website, so you're a website where people are going just to get information, 75 or 70% of the people who are searching for things are going to need to find your website. But that also applies to all of the foundations, government things, anything that your website is connected to. 70% of all searches are done through that search engine.
That's
so
insane.
basically,
But
you need to be up there.
Yeah, totally. And when you're just in a like, I think about our clients that are in the home services industry. Like sometimes when you need a plumber to come to your home because you're having a plumbing emergency, I don't just have a plumber on speed dial unless I've had an
Right.
emergency in the past, or have, you know, a friend or a family member who, you know, is working in that industry and I know I can call them, right? And so I am just going straight to Google and I'm like, emergency plumbing services. And whoever shows up in that top search is getting my phone call. But then, you know, I mean, we can talk about this later, but like then beyond that, it's like whoever answers first, right? And whoever has first availability, whoever calls me back. Okay, but that's like
you know,
for another
best
time.
prices, all of that.
Yes, all of that. But really, whoever pops up first in that search is going to be the person that gets the business. So really, nobody's clicking and going to page 2, 3, 4, and 5. Am I right?
No, that's majority of the clicks are on that first page. And I think it's, 75% of the people will never go past the first page.
Yeah, crazy. So we need to be on page number 1. Okay, so
You
what other what are some other reasons that this is important for us?
Yeah, so besides, let's get rid of statistics. Let's just talk about the importance of it for your website, what it does for your company. So you're building, when you're working on SEO optimization for your website, you're building a foundation of growth for your website so that people can find you. Let me break that down just a little more so it makes more sense. When you are searching for a keyword or key phrase, and I'm going to compare it to PPC here, when you're paying for that search word connected to your website, that's only there for as long as you pay. And as soon as you stop paying or somebody else beats out your bid price, it's gone. SEO, you're building a foundation and it takes a long time to build it, but once you have it, it's yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the long run, let's say if a business is deciding whether they want to, let's say they can't afford to do both right now, like that's just not feasible for them.
Yeah.
They need to choose one. Which one are you recommending for them? I know there's a variety of different factors, but
there are tons of different factors, and it completely depends on your type of business and what you're trying to accomplish out of it. But if your goal,
so having a clear goal,
yes, you have to have that before you decide. But if your goal is to get more website traffic to your site, and that's what you want because your website speaks for itself, it can bring in, once the people land there, they know exactly what to do, clear call to actions on your website, then what you need is more people getting to your website, and that's where SEO is going to come in.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love that. What other key reasons might someone want to start implementing search engine optimization?
Yeah. So if you have a brick and mortar, you have a reputation with people who walk in the door.
Yeah.
SEO is your online reputation builder. That's how you build up and basically put authority behind who you are as a company online.
Okay.
So there are
So
all different types
authority.
of factors. hmm Authority, online reputation, customer loyalty, anything that relates to someone sharing your website or your website's seen on other people's websites. All of that plays into those top three things right there.
Okay. So we've talked about authority then. We've talked about, being able to quickly be found and how in the long run, really SEO is probably the better route to go if you want to build and establish that foundation.
Yeah.
But one thing that we didn't talk about that I also have a note on here is positioning as an expert. Like, tell me a little bit more about how SEO can help position a business or organization as an expert.
Yeah. So over the past several years, Google has been changing. We'll start there. Google always changes.
Nice.
So what you do with SEO will always change as far as tactics and how you do things. But the main thing that Google is focusing on is making sure the user, so the people coming to your website, are getting from your website what they need. And so when you are providing that information to your viewers, you are now the authority in the subject.
Yeah, so true.
So, and that has to do with all of the content on your website, as well as like how fast your website loads and all different kind of usability things that go into the design of your site. But it has a lot to do with the content that's on your site.
Yeah. Tell me more about I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole on this, but tell me more about keywords. Like what do you mean when you say keywords? And then what do you mean when you say website speed? Let's define both of those.
Perfect. Okay, so keywords. When you go to Google and you're searching for something, that phrase or those words that you're searching for, that's a keyword that you want to have on your website so that Google connects your website with that keyword or phrase.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's a specific word or phrase. Typically, if it's a couple words, that means the person who's looking for you knows what they're looking for, or they have a more specific train of thought. So they're going to find your website to be more useful as long as it matches that train of thought.
Yeah. Okay. So then that's keyword. Now let's talk about website speed. What is that? Why is that important?
Yeah. So there's a lot of different free options where you can check your website speed, but what it is the load time for how quickly your website appears. There are two different speeds, desktop and mobile. So that's your responsive design. That's anything on a tablet, phone, anything related to that, plus what it loads on your desktop. Majority of time, your desktop will load much, much faster. But the majority of people who are viewing your website are now coming from a mobile device.
Phone,
so it's super important, and you have to pay attention because what's loading on my phone could take twice the amount of time as it loads on my computer. I think I'm fine, but everyone who's looking at it on your phone is waiting around. And you wait.
Let's be
longer.
real, they're probably already hit back and went back to the Google search and they're clicking on the business below you.
Yes, because you're giving distrust through the speed of your website, even though there's no malicious thought behind it on your part. But as soon as a website doesn't load, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Next.
Yep, literally next. Not quick enough. People are so impatient. I know there's some statistic about how long we have to capture somebody's attention.
And it keeps changing, but the thing I know is a goldfish has an attention span of 8 seconds and humans have less of an attention span than a goldfish.
So
Yes.
if it takes less than 8 seconds for your website to fully load, it sounds like we're having an issue, right?
Yes. Major.
All right. Okay. Thank you for kind of diving in, clarifying on some of those definitions.
Yeah, for
Now,
sure.
I said this at the beginning, like business owners, organizations, they're constantly getting bombarded with ads on LinkedIn, ads on Facebook, emails, LinkedIn direct messages. Hey, your business should hire us for SEO. Okay, now that
Yeah.
we know what the heck SEO is, how it can
Mhm.
help us build authority in our company, create a good online foundation, it can help people find us quicker so that we can close deals and sales or provide information to people. And it can help us position us as an expert. Hey, those are
Yeah.
things that we need. Okay, yes, I'm down with SEO now. But there's a lot of different companies out there that offer SEO. So what should a person who's in a marketing role or a small business owner, an entrepreneur, somebody who works at a nonprofit, any type of business or organization, what should they be looking for? What kinds of
Yeah.
questions should they be asking when they are hiring a company to handle their SEO?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I actually have something for all of our viewers, listeners related
Ooh,
to this. So I don't want to give it all away, but I do want to say if and when you're looking for an SEO company, if they tell you or use the words guaranteed to be at this location, first position, second position, if they use those words together, I would step back and reevaluate them.
tread lightly.
Tread very lightly. Because, like I said, Google changes things all of the time. If you're working on SEO, your competitors are too. So they're building their reputation up, which means they have a higher chance of getting into those top positions as well. So things constantly change with SEO, which means you have to be working on it consistently. So when they use the word guaranteed, I would probably not trust that.
Okay. So
So
that's a red flag.
that's a red flag. Big
Red flag
flag.
number one, guaranteed X ranking.
Yes.
Are there any other
Yes.
red flags or things that we should be looking out for when hiring companies?
Yeah. So you definitely want to check out their, and it's hard to do at the beginning, like before you hire them, because before when they're looking to find you as a client, they're going to be communicating very well with you. They're going to be talking back and forth, trying to get your
Yeah, they want
business,
your
blah, blah,
business. They want your
blah.
money.
Yeah, exactly. But communication is a very key factor in SEO. And honestly, it's one of the reasons why here at Ugly Mug, we didn't do SEO for the longest time because there's a bad rap for SEO agencies for taking people's money and then they don't hear from them for however long, months. So you want to be very careful about that. You want to see how often they talk to you, like try to get this information ahead of time. How often am I going to hear from you? When do I get to see reports? What do those reports include? All of that information will kind of give you a little clue on how their communication is.
Okay. I do have one question on that topic of results and reports. But before I jump into that, do you have anything else that we should be looking out for? Any other red flags?
So I do have some more, but they're
Okay.
in a PDF that y'all can
Love.
give after this little conversation here. Go ahead. I don't know if we have any specific things. Let us know if you want this PDF.
Yes. Tell us in the comments, say, send me the PDF or PDF, please. Or you can even just comment PDF and we will send you a direct message and I will make sure that you get this PDF that has all of the questions that you should be asking an SEO agency or SEO freelancer. I see Patricia said, send me the PDF. I got you, Patricia. Hold tight. I will send it to you at the end of this live. But yeah, if there's anyone else who's watching this, whether you're watching this live with us or you're watching this after the fact, drop a comment below. I will make sure that you get access to that. If you are streaming with us live on YouTube or watching this on YouTube, I will drop that in the comments on YouTube so you can click and get access to that there. So going back to results, reports, okay, I'm a business and I want to be showing up in the top rankings. And surely there's going to be other things in this in this report.
Mhm.
Like what types of results should I expect to see in this report? Or types of results should I expect in general
Yeah.
if I am using SEO for my business or organization?
Yeah. So the point of SEO is to build more traffic or to send more traffic to your website. And so
Mhm.
there's a couple different ways you can track that.
Okay.
One of that is organic traffic. So is your organic traffic increasing over time? That's question number one that you should ask. Number two is, what keywords are you optimizing your website for? And once those are decided upon and your SEO company goes through the content on your site and puts those keywords in there where they need to be,
Ooh, okay.
tracking those keywords. So, which position does that keyword show up in?
Mm.
And keeping constant tabs on that. Like, where are you now? Where were you last month? Making sure you're aware of the different locations for each of those.
Yeah,
But
because it seems like the longer you do it, right, then the more it's going to change, or maybe the higher up you're going to get in rankings over time, right?
yeah. And we've actually had clients who have been in the top 1 and 2 positions for 6, 7, 8 months. And they're like, okay, we got that one down. Can we change out keywords and do something else? Definitely. Let's get more keywords into those top positions.
Love
So
that. Love
pay
that.
attention to that and be strategic with the keywords that you're choosing, um, because keywords are not the same value at all,
Yeah.
as far as what people are searching for, um, relating it specifically to your website. So there's a
Yeah.
whole lot behind it.
Yeah, so we really have to be like in tune with, I mean, obviously we know what our business offers, right? But we need to be in tune with our customers and
Yes,
how they perceive things, right? And how they might be phrasing things or words that they might be using to search for whatever service or
exactly.
product
Exactly.
your company provides.
If you
Because it
have
may
a
not be the same.
technical, and that's very key for technical words. So if you use some sort of specific brand name on your website, but most people don't know to look for that specific brand. They just know, I need
Mm,
this thing.
yeah.
They're going to search for this thing and not that specific brand name. So just paying attention and being intentional.
Yeah, definitely. My last question for you, because I
Mhm.
know we're coming up towards the end of our 30-minute mark here, is can you share with us a little bit about a current SEO client and the kinds of results that you're seeing for them and how that is impacting their business or organization?
Definitely. So the first one that jumps into my mind is NOLA Public Schools in New Orleans.
Cool.
They have like an offset branch for enrolling into pre-K through 4th grade and then kindergarten through high school. So they have a website specifically for enrollment and
Okay.
getting information on how to enroll, who's qualified, what needs to happen, all of that type of thing. So
Yes.
it's people who are looking for information.
Mm,
That's what their website is.
okay.
And they've been a client for 7 months, 7, 8 months, something like that.
Yep.
One of the first things that gets tracked and continually tracked through the process is organic traffic. And that's what I mentioned earlier to you. I wrote this down
Yeah.
too because it's a massive number. So the first three first 3 months of organic traffic, so month 1, 2, and 3, averaged out to 7,500 organic views.
Okay.
The past 3 months, so that's a total of 6 months, the past 3 months, organic traffic average 26,800 organic views.
What?
So this is people who are searching in Google and looking for specific keywords and going to their website.
So, what are some of the keywords that people are searching
Yeah,
for
for
NOLA?
NOLA.
Sorry if I'm putting you on the spot.
That's okay. I took screenshots of all the data here. So public schools in NOLA, that's one of them.
Okay. Okay.
Childcare in New Orleans, New Orleans public school enrollment, NCAP enrollment. That is a specific term, but it has to do with funding. And so for the people who need to know that information, they know to look for NCAP.
Okay.
So for example, let's see, NCAP enrollments, that's second position. That's the other result that you're tracking.
Yeah.
So when people
Yeah.
search for that, they're second in line. They're right there at the top. New Orleans early childhood education, first in line. That's the top position. And that one was in 23rd position when we started. So the end of the second page
Crazy.
or longer, and now it's
Yeah.
the first position. Yeah.
That's insane.
So
So yeah.
that's what you want to track, because the more people who are getting to their website, that's the more amount of families who can be served by the public school in New Orleans. That's more parents who have the information they need in order to know, what do I need to do to get my kid enrolled? Or I did
What kind
not
of
know.
what kind of programs are
Exactly.
available? Where can my kid go to school? I have no clue.
Yeah.
You know, especially for someone who's a
providing that
first-time
helpful.
parent.
Yes.
Like, and you're like, I have to enroll my kid. Like, I thought I'd just like throw them on the bus
Dropped
and
them
then
off.
they like go to school. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? What do I have to do?
Yeah. And so most people, where it's key for them is most people know, yeah, kindergarten, I have to enroll my kid. Pre-K to 4-year-olds, there's so much information on what needs to be done, but there's so much offered that people do not know about. And so that's why it's important that more and more people see their site.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool to think too, in terms of like website traffic, is like the people coming to your website, or like the traffic coming to your website, like that's a person, right? That represents a potential customer, that represents, like in this example, it represents a family who now has the resources, the education, the knowledge on what they need to do in order to get their kid in pre-K or in order to get them to kindergarten. They understand more about the education system in New Orleans. You know, they're getting those access to those resources that they need. And so I think that that's a really cool way to think about results, because sometimes it can be hard to make that feel tangible when you are doing SEO, right? Like it can be hard. Like it's like website traffic feels like some, I don't know, like taboo term. Like it feels like you can't really grasp onto it, but it's like, okay, this person coming to my website, it's a parent, it's a grandparent, it's a guardian, you know, that means, you know, a child, multiple children are going to have access to the education services that they need. And so I think that that's really, really cool way to think about things.
It takes it from a statistic or a piece of data to a real human being. So yeah, love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. Maura, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with me this morning. Y'all, I hope this has been just really casual and informational. I hope I asked the questions that maybe you would ask if you were like, I don't know what the heck SEO is. What's a keyword? What should I be looking for in an agency or SEO services? Oh, hello, Gary. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're here at the tail end. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. If you were just joining us now, or if you're catching this after the fact, Maura did mention a free PDF where she outlines questions that you should be asking an agency, whether it's Ugly Mug or whether it's somebody else. These are the questions that you need to be asking. Here are the red flags. I wish I had a little red flag to wave. That, you know, if they promise you you're going to be #1 in the rankings or #2 in the rankings, maybe we should tread lightly, right? And so, yeah, maybe we should revisit. So if you want access to that PDF, drop a comment below. If you're on Facebook and joining us, I will send you a DM from the Ugly Mug Marketing page right after we get done streaming here. If you are on YouTube, I will drop that in the comment section on YouTube. Maura, any final words, any final thoughts on SEO?
Use it as a tool, another marketing tool.
Yes.
To put in your toolbox. So don't
Yes.
let it be the end all be all.
Ooh,
It is
yes.
very good, but don't put all your eggs in one basket,
Yes.
but use it well. So make
Yes.
sure you're strategically thinking through everything behind it.
Oh, and that is so good because so often we see people putting all of their eggs in one basket as a business or organization, and they're
Yeah.
not thinking about their overall marketing strategy. Like
Yeah.
NOLA is not solely focusing on
Nope.
SEO. NOLA is also investing in Facebook.
Mhm.
They're thinking
Eh,
about who their customer is, you know, who that avatar is,
yeah.
and they're being intentional about where they're investing their money and where they're choosing to hang out. And based on the stats that you shared with us, it sounds like a lot of people are hanging out on Google. So we need to be spending our time on Google and making sure that we're showing up on that first page. So yes, it is a tool. It is a tactic. It is not your overall strategy. So definitely
Yeah.
use it wisely. I love that. I love that, Maura. Again, thank you all so much for being here today. And we will catch you next week. All right. Maura talked briefly about PPC ads, pay per click ads. Those are also a part of your Google strategy. All right. And so next week, Maura and I, same time, same place, we are going to be chatting about pay per click ads and how to add that to your marketing toolbox, right? And incorporate that in your strategy. So make sure that you tune in for that next week. We'll catch y'all later.
Perfect. Bye, y'all.